What's going on, everybody? My name is Josh Washburn of Washburn Fab Co. and welcome back to my channel. Today we have 3 machines to review. As you can see, I'm a little bit behind on making my videos. I've been super busy the last couple months. I started another business here in town, and I'm also trying to keep up with my other YouTube channel. So it's getting a little crazy and hard to find time to record videos. But I'm going to try to get all 3 of these posted this week. So we have 3 different machines. They're all going to have separate videos, but I'll just tell you guys which each of them are. We have a Sefaspe MIG 205DS. We have a Deca Power. I'm not sure what the model number is on this one until I open it up, but this is also a Multiprocessor 220. And then we have a Vevor plasma cutter. So in this video, we're going to check out the Sefaspe MIG 205DS. All right, we're on the last one of the day, and then I'll be through and caught up with all my reviews finally. Let's open this one up and see what's inside. This machine's a nice bright yellow. I actually like this color a lot. Besides the main machine, let's see what else it came with. We have an instruction manual, and it also has an extra drive roll for running flux core wire. It has an adapter to use this machine with 220, which we're going to be using today. It has an air hose, which I'm not going to bother using because I already have my air hose set up on my regulator. And then we have a standard ground clamp and a standard stinger that you'll see that comes with all of these machines that are made overseas. As for the MIG torch, this is something you're going to see on most of these machines that have a Euro style connection. All these MIG torches are pretty much the same, to be honest. They all run the same consumables, which you can run Lincoln consumables on them most of the times. And it has this European style connector, as with almost all of these machines that are on the budget side. Let's get everything hooked up real quick, and then we'll move on to seeing what the display looks like. So our MIG whip is always going to go into the zero connector, this weird looking port. Push it in there till it locks and twist this one over. For our ground clamp, we're going to have that standard ground that you're going to see on most machines. We're just going to go over here on the negative side. Our main positive for our wire feeder needs to go to the positive over here on the left. Let's go ahead and plug it in and check out this display. So it looks like we have a stick welding option right there. We have the lift TIG. We have MIG or MAG, which we're going to be using today. We have MIG mix, which I'm assuming is MIG mix gas. We have flux, and we have spool gun capabilities. So we're going to put it on MIG mix. It looks like we have voltage ranging from 14 all the way up to 19.2. 19.2 is kind of low in my opinion for a machine that's 220 to go up to. Usually you'll see something a little bit higher than that in the low 20s on a 220 machine. This is a synergic mode, it looks like. I'm not positive how to get off of that yet. I will check to see if it has the availability to switch it off, and we'll figure it out. So under settings, when we click in this left knob, we're going to have an arc length indicator right there. It goes up or down 30%. I am not positive what they mean by arc length, but that's the value that it indicates in the operator's manual. So when we click that twice, we get over to this mode, which is an inductance, which normally I do not mess with inductance on machines. I usually just leave it zeroed out. There's also a 2T and a 4T trigger mode here. We always run 2T in my opinion. We can actually get a larger voltage out of this if we change the arc length percentage. But I don't really want to do that. We're just going to go down to back to the default settings and try it out from there, which our max is 19.2 and 354. So we're going to check that out and see how it welds right there, and we'll go from there. Let's take a look inside the wire feed door. Let's see what kind of drive rolls we currently have in here. This machine has a 0.8 and a 0.1, which I don't believe we really use a 0.1. I think 045 is bigger than a 0.1, if I remember correctly. And the 0.8 is 030, I believe. I'm going to be running 035 because that's the only wire I carry here. So I'm going to actually see if I have another drive roll here that's going to work in this machine. A lot of these are universal. For these more budget-friendly machines, these drive rolls are pretty generic. And as I thought, the drive rolls for Yes Welder are the exact same. So we're going to use this 0.09 on here today and see how she does. Don't forget to properly set your drive roll tension on your machine before using it. I'm not going to explain it on this video, but I have other videos where I talk about it. So we're going to do some test welds on this 1/4-inch plate. I have some parts that I've cut out that I wrote shop use only because they're defective on here. Sometimes when I'm cutting parts for eBay, the tips go bad and the cuts don't come out as clean as I would like for parts that I'm going to send out. So we're going to just weld a couple of these onto there. Most of this stuff is 1/4-inch that I have in my hand. As for eBay parts, if you're interested in getting some of my gussets or other custom parts, let me know as soon as possible. There's a link down below in the description. There was just a tariff that was passed for 25% tax on steel. So everything I have at the shop is still the same rate. Once I have to start ordering new material, which will probably be by the end of this month, is going to go up in price. I'm just going to start off with this little 1/4-inch tab weld and a fillet weld on it. So straight out the box, it was kind of cutting out midway through my weld. I'm not positive what that was. I'm going to adjust the settings a little bit. I didn't really like how that welded. It was a little cold and humped up on the settings. So let me check it out and see what we got. So what I did here was I turned that arc distance setting up, and it actually changed my voltage up higher and left the wire feed the same. Over here I put it on the max setting and it was a little too high. Then I put it down to 10%, and 10% looked like the sweet spot for me. And over here again, I'm not sure why, if it's hitting duty cycle or something at this high of a setting, because it is pretty well maxed out, but it is cutting out after about 1.5 inches of weld. Let me do a couple more passes and see if that is still happening. It did the same thing again. As you can see here, I don't want to get too close to it because it's hot, but after about 1.5 inches it cut out. I'm going to have to assume this is the max duty cycle of this machine. I'm going to go ahead and turn it down a little bit and see how it welds on the other side. Right now we were at 21.1. I am going to turn this down to, let's say, 19. Okay, so it didn't cut out here at all. That must be what it was. You are going to hit duty cycle if you do max the machine out rather quickly. I haven't really seen that happen on other machines, so that's new to me. But this is at 19.6. and that was welding the 1/4-inch steel pretty well. So we got some pretty decent weld appearance after playing with it for a minute. I have never personally been a fan of the Synergic machine settings. While it might be helpful for some beginners, if you have a good amount of welding experience, it almost overcomplicates it. Like for me, it's super easy to figure out in manual mode where I need to be, even if the numbers aren't specific values like inches per minute or meters per minute. It doesn't really affect me too much. I'm pretty capable of figuring out where I need to go. But for somebody that's new, you might be better off with something that is Synergic because it'll at least get you into the right area. If you would like to purchase this machine, I'll put a link down below in the description, as well as a link to my Amazon affiliates account. I will contact them and see if we can get a discount code for this machine. If possible, it'll be down below as well. I just posted a bunch of other reviews this week, so be sure to check those out. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.